It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Are you ready to rise to the challenge here on the Rising Stars Challenge? Then come to 2K Sports. On behalf of the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith, I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Stars up against the Elites. They're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And another of our fabulous all-star events, the Rising Stars Challenge. Teams composed entirely of first and second year players. Shaq, what does this game mean to these young fellas?
In the words of one of my good friends, Kenny Smith, you are a product of what you have seen growing up in your environment. These players have seen the likes of Kobe Bryant, all these guys before them. Now they're trying to establish themselves as a future NBA star. They got to go out there and have a good time.
Well, I appreciate you quoting me, and I appreciate the experience. So you should never think that you should look back at this and say, just make the most of it. If you don't, you will regret it.
Can you even remember when you were a first or second year player in this league?
Yes. I can. I remember my first time walking out on an NBA basketball court, and I can remember plays in that game.
And I remember making the first all-star team. I beat out the great Patrick Ewing, and I knew I wasn't better than Patrick at that time, so when we had to take the team photo, and it's Mike, and it's Scotty, and it's all Dominique, guys touching it.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast of the NBA's Rising Stars Challenge. Always a great chance to see some of the top-tier young talent going head-to-head. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. It'll be the Stars off the tip. Now a look at the Stars starting lineup. We've got Booker. Johnson is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Towns, and it's Russell in at the point guard. Now here's Booker. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Johnson with it. 5 on the clock. Okafor with the steal. Now Moutier. Gordon with a screen on Russell. And here's Moutier. 17-foot shot on the way. Nice jump shot. Good. Moutier's got the first points of the night for the Elites.
And it's just something about the Rising Stars Challenge. It gives each of these young players a chance to really do something special on a national stage, maybe for the first time in their professional career. And guys, since this game started back in '94, this has been a perfect warm-up for the All-Star game. I mean, it has all the fun and excitement of the big game with the added element of introducing some of the great young stars to the league's fans.
Johnson attacking. Porzingis, the layup off target.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I had a chance to catch up with Dave Yeager. Coach told me as much as he'd love to see some defense and good offensive sets, he knows that there won't be much of either in this one. He said the Rising Stars game is more about getting a look at all the young talent the NBA has to offer. Really, I'm just going to send them out to have some fun. Not a bad idea, guys.
Thank you, Doris. This really has become one of the signature events of All-Star Week. And I know you love it, Greg. It gets everyone into the mood for all the festivities that are soon to come.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's such a great way for these young players to show off some of the fancy moves that they wouldn't even dare to attempt in a regular season game.
Now, here's Moutier. Over to the wing. Down low. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Right wing. Here's Booker. Connects from 3-point range.
And for as much offense as the All-Star game features, I mean, the Rising Stars Challenge typically gives us even more scoring. I mean, this is an action-packed event year in and year out.
Moutier with the basket. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. On the wing, Johnson shoots the 3. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Johnson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And some players in the Rising Stars Challenge aren't especially well-known yet, but this young man is someone we've already become very familiar with.
It has not taken him long to really establish himself in the league. I mean, he's been logging a ton of minutes.
The Elite shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. No good on the free throw.
Taking 2 shots. Substitution.
That one is no good. And the Stars leading by 3. On the wing, Johnson. Fires the 3.
All right, fans, get loud for your Elite Stand True.
And welcome back to the Rising Stars Challenge. The showcase for the up-and-coming stars of the NBA.
And what a showcase this game has been for the league's best and brightest young stars.
And you know, one of my favorite things is seeing the camaraderie between the players. I mean, both of these teams really enjoying playing together and against each other.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Stars, they've got Elfrid Payton. Laverne is out there with Johnson. Then it's Andrew Wiggins.
And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible. And they are the best players in the world.
Johnson, wide open, he fires. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. 6 points for Johnson.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
And, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full-force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
Here's Levine. Shoots from the high post. Miričić gets the bucket. Miričić has got his second basket of the night.
Timeout Stars.
So timeout called here, the first for the Stars. Some changes for the Elites. T.J. Warren comes in for Johnson. Rodney Hood subbed in for Johnson. Outside, Russell pulls up. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 5. The Elites trailing. Levine kicks to Hood. And the pass to Warren. Here's Levine. The dish now to Hood. Shot clock at 6. Picked by Randall for the 3. Rebound the Stars. There's 53 seconds left in the first half of the game. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Here's Levine. Pass to Hood. They set the pick. The feed to Warren. Miričić the screen. Levine can't hit.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
And it's the elites with the ball. 4-point game. He dishes it to Warren. Picked by Randall. Randall is screen on Wiggins. Hood can't get it to go.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Booker. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game. It has been very close so far. Stars lead by 4.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to the halftime show. Nothing quite like the Rising Star. And so far, guys, this year's game turning out to be a pretty closely contested battle. All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of our game. Kevin Harlan ready with the call.
All right, fans, get loud. Here we go.
And we're back. Once again, the spotlight on the talented first and second year players here in the Rising Stars Challenge.
And it has been a fantastic game up to this point.
It certainly has. I mean, we know these young fellas can play, and they are putting on a show.
Routier out there with Hood. Then there's Warren. Then there's Gordon. And it's Okafor in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for the elites. Johnson's shot is off.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Hood gets the bucket. Johnson right side. And the Stars get it back. Second shot opportunity. That's good on the jump shot. Johnson's got 8.
Yeah, what?